Oh, yeah, guys, yeah. This is the Paul Gilson YouTube channel, and I am Paul Gilson, aka Paul the Pipe Guy. And it is the 2nd of September already. Can't believe it. Yeah, so, and it's Tuesday. So we're going to have a Tuesday night smoke together, set something on fire together. So grab your favorite pipe, grab your favorite blend, grab your favorite beverage, and let's start something on fire together. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so we have a Pabst Blue Ribbon beer here, PBR. Yep, all fresh. I love that sound. Cheers. And we have my Rhodesia pipe. Oh, yeah, with some wonderful tobacco in it. From the Country Squire Northwest track. Yeah, let's set it on fire. So, yeah, tonight we're going to have a good show. I had an interesting weekend. I'll share it all with you. Oh, yeah. This is awesome. This is really good. I love that grandfather clock. Yeah. Yeah, so Friday night, I hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. So Friday night for me was just kind of relaxing, having a campfire here by myself. And then Saturday, a friend of mine called me up and said, "Hey, there's a real good band playing outside. I can't remember, it was down by the beach. Don't even know the name of the band or the place or whatever." I was like, "Yeah, come pick me up." And so we go there. This band was a bunch of old guys. I mean, I'm talking in their 60s and 70s. And man, could they play and could they perform? And the audience, wish I knew the name of the band. I think the average age of the people in the audience was about 70. There's 80-year-old women up there with white hair dancing on the dance floor, just having a great time. There's couples up there in their 70s dancing together, having a great time. I'm having a great time. I'm drinking a Budweiser long neck, and I'm singing. Not with the band, but I'm singing from where I'm sitting. And there was a guy that was sitting at the table behind me and heard me sing. He comes up during one of the band's breaks and he's like, "Hey, are you a singer?" I says, "Yeah, I am." Now, you guys only get to see a small portion of what I would consider good songs because I don't have a recording studio, okay? I have a studio here where I can make music. But the way I practice is I'll sing it, I'll sing it, I'll sing it, and then I'll be like, "All right, let's record it, upload it to YouTube, and hear it back." So some of the songs that I do, they're not so great. Other ones I've got down real good. There's some real good work on YouTube that I'm proud of. And I'm not egotistical or anything at all. I'm just a regular guy. So this guy says, what kind of music do you sing? And so I tell him. He's like, okay, we have a band. We play 50s, 60s, and 70s music. It's classic rock, blues, and country. And I said, oh, that's great. Okay. And he's like, we're looking for a new front man, a new lead singer. I said, okay, well, I have a YouTube channel, and why don't I send you some of the things that I've sang? I'll send you some music videos, and you tell me what you think. He's like, well, I already know what I think just from listening to you sing. I can hear you behind, I'm sitting behind you. I can still hear you, and you sound really good. I said, I'm okay. He's like, I like you. You're not egotistical. I says, no, I'm very humble. I love to sing. It frees my soul. So I'm going through YouTube, and I send him 4 or 5 of the songs that I had practiced and practiced and practiced that I thought the final outcome was pretty darn good. And the guy loved them. He's like, okay. I showed a couple of the guys in the band. They love you. If it was up to me, you'd be in right now as our new lead singer. He says, here's what I want you to do. Send me from Benny King, Stand By Me, and from Stevie Ray Vaughan, Pride and Joy. He says, well, I've never done either of those songs, although I can sing them. Let me practice tonight and tomorrow. I'll record them, both of them. So you guys are going to see those 2 songs pop up. Don't unsubscribe just because I put some music out there, guys, all right? You know, so tonight I'm going to have to practice both those songs. I may or may not upload them tonight. I may choose to practice them tonight and then practice them again tomorrow and listen back on my phone and then upload them to YouTube once I think I have them, down good enough. And so he says, you do those 2 songs, send them to me. We love the songs that you sent us so far, but we want to hear those 2. And then, after you send those to me, he says, I want you to pick 3 of your favorite songs that you love to sing, and then we're going to pick 3 of the favorite songs we love to play, and we'll go from there. And then, apparently, I'll get an audition live, I said, well, what if I can't remember all the words? He's like, dude, we all have CRS. Can't remember shit. He says, we all have music stands in front of us with the songs on them, the words and the chords and everything. You can have that in front of you. I'm not going to go old school like that. I'll probably just buy a tablet and, you can attach that to a microphone stand. Just like a little crutch. All right. You know what I mean? I can remember most of the words, but it's like, I don't want to get up there and draw a blank. So if the words are right there in front of me, and then I'll probably play, a little rhythm guitar, but mostly sing. We'll see. I don't know. So I'm pretty stoked about it, And then I told the guy, I says, look, here's the deal. He's like, look, I got two guitarists. I have a drummer. I'm the bass player. And we have a female singer. I said, great. He says, you send us those videos and stuff like that, and we're going to vote on it. I said, okay, but here's the deal. It has to be unanimous, all right? If you got one guy that is like, no, I don't like him, then I'm out. You know, it's got to be a unanimous thing. Because that guy, that one, maybe three of them might love me, and the one guy that doesn't like me is always going to be throwing me out of the bus. So it's got to be a unanimous vote. And he's like, okay, that's cool. I understand. So that's what we're going to be working on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I was like, look, I want to share something with you up front. I'm telling this guy, he's 80 years old, this guy. But he doesn't look 80. He looks like he's about 70. All right? He's the bass player for the band. I says, I'm not egotistical at all. I'm very, very humble. And I'm easy to work with musically. If someone says, hey, Paul, I think you should do this instead of what you're doing. All right, cool, man. Let's try it. Yeah, all right, I'm all in. I says, but I can get a crowd moving, all right? I'll tell you what, when I go out to karaoke and stuff like that, when I get up and sing, the dance floor's packed. I'm looking back on some of my karaoke videos and I can hear people in the background, you know, because I recorded some of the stuff on my phone being like, oh my God, that guy can sing, you know. And that doesn't make me anything special. To me, music frees my soul. And I am a people pleaser. I love to get up and perform in front of people. I'm not afraid to do it. I don't get stage fright. You know, a couple beers before a performance, you know, helps. So, but I love to get up there and make people happy with music. So I got some work to do ahead of me. I think Stand By Me by Ben E. King, that's going to be no problem at all. I've sang that song before. I've never recorded it. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Pride and Joy, never sang it. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but, you know, the guy's in my range. So, we'll see, you know. Pretty exciting stuff. All right, so we've graduated to a cigarette, which probably isn't good for my voice, but oh well. So the job of a front man, all right? Guys like David Lee Roth, you know, from Van Halen, you know, famous frontmen of bands, all right? Famous lead singers. Your number one job is to, first of all, be a very good singer, okay? And if you're doing cover music, you know, you're covering these bands, you better sound and sing like who you're singing the song. You better sound like them. You better sound like they're listening to the record album, all right? That's what gets it. The next thing that a front man has to do, he's got to get the crowd going. He's got to get the crowd excited about the band. He's got to get the crowd excited about being out there and watching you guys perform. you're putting your heart and soul out there to give them a great night. That's what a front man's job is to get them all excited. You know? I remember one time, and I've been no stranger to just busting into a band, you know, and saying, hey, let me see your set list. Can I sing one or two songs? And, you know, a lot of these bands are like, yeah, what the hell, you know? And so I remember one night I was out, and there's a song I love by Ted Nugent. It's called Stranglehold. All right? Maybe you've heard it, maybe you haven't. It was one of his biggest hits, Ted Nugent. So I go up to the band, and I was like, you guys got Stranglehold on your set list. And the guy's like, yeah, can I sing it? And the lead singer was like, I thought you'd never ask, because my throat is just killing me, and I'm fucked up. I was like, all right, I'll sing it. So I get up, and they're going, you know, because there's an intro to the song, and it's fairly long. And I'm talking through the microphone. I was like, yeah, you know what? This song is about freedom. This song is about how we're being oppressed as Americans. We're in a stranglehold. And we need to end this right now. We need to stand up, be good patriots, all right? What do you guys think? Who's in the United States Army that's in the audience? Stand up and applaud for yourself. All these guys stand up. Who's in the United States Navy? Stand up, applaud for yourself. Who's in the Marine Corps? Semper Fi. And I'm going on and on. Now I got the crowd worked up, all right? I was like, good, great, man. We're going to do a good job on the song. Get up here and dance. And I broke out with Stranglehold. The dance floor was absolutely packed. There was nobody sitting at the bar. They were all up dancing. And what an exciting feeling to feel that you're able to project that energy into the audience, make them feel great, give them goose pimples on their arms about being an American, about being there watching you, all right? And you've connected with the audience. Once you connect with the audience, you've got them in the palm of your hand. You just got to keep them there, you know. And that's what a front man does, a good front man. If you can do that, you're going to gain tons of followers that will follow you everywhere, every bar, whatever, every place you go, and that's what's going to happen. And then all of a sudden, the prices that you can charge for a performance start going up and up and up and up. Because the bar owner says, "Oh man, this guy's gonna pack my joint tonight," you know. Yeah, we'll give him $700, you know. So, anyways, I'm pretty stoked about this. I'm not nervous about it at all, you know. I do videos and stuff like that. I get up and sing in front of you guys, all right? Sometimes I go out and do karaoke. No problem getting up in front of people. I'll walk through the audience if I've got a cordless microphone and just walk through the audience and sing. And the younger generation gets offended by that, all right? Which I don't understand, all right? The older generation, they freaking eat it up. You walk around and you're singing to a table, then you bounce over to another table and you're singing to them. You're singing your heart out. The older folks, they love that. They love the connection. The younger folks, they just don't get it. They don't know if they're a toaster or a guy or a girl. This younger generation, they have no clue what they are. And being old school, you know, and doing stuff like that makes them feel uncomfortable for some reason. I really don't care what it is. All right. I don't, this younger generation in their 20s, I don't really like them. You know, they don't identify with my generation's thinking. They get uncomfortable. They get butthurt. They need to take a nap at work. They get offended easily. Come on. Thank God we got good old country boys in their 20s that have a set of balls on them that are good patriots. All right. So if you're one of those guys watching right now, you're in your 20s, you love your country, you got a set of fucking balls. All right. Hey, man, hoorah. All right. To you guys. You know, you don't get butthurt over anything. If somebody says something to offend you, one of your buddies, you say something worse to offend him. You know, that's the kind of guy you are. All right. You get life and you're not a pussy. Anyways, I'm Paul the Pipe Guy. We have rambled on long enough, so happy Tuesday. Yeah, September 7th. So yeah, it was a great weekend. Yeah, it truly was. Anyways, happy pipe smoking, pipe smokers. Paul the Pipe Guy has work to do. Over. Peace, but not out.